Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Jack and today I wanted to give you a quick tour around this property that we are in the middle of renovating. I'm going to give you a quick tour around it just now, but what I wanted to say was quickly, I have a very exciting announcement that I'd like you to stick around for once the tour has ended. I'll let you know all about it once that's done, but for now, let's have a look around the house. So if you come into here, as you can see in the hallway, we have fully pulled off all the wallpaper that was along here. As we pulled it off, we realised that the plaster isn't in the best condition in some areas. So we've patched and plastered little sections of it just to make sure that it's in decent condition before we then kind of sand down and paint. Up here, you can see the wallpaper is actually in fine condition, so we're just going to paint over that. For anyone interested, this is going to be a rental property, so that's the kind of condition and spec that we're doing it to is one of like a rental that we would see as a rental standard. So, going to come on through here. This is the first reception room, or the second reception room. And in this particular room, we've had to plaster this chimney breast. Again, we pulled off it was a feature wall, but it was just a terrible bit of wallpapering that we've pulled off. The plaster was in terrible condition, so what we've done is we've plastered that. The floor, whilst it may not look it now, is actually in decent condition, so once we're finished with everything, we're going to give it a full deep clean and make sure that this comes up really nice, but we're actually keeping this flooring as it is. In terms of these walls, in fact, every wall in the house, what we're going to be doing is painting it white. So it's going to be like a nice bright white throughout the whole property. Any carpeting that we're doing, it's all going to be kind of your grey carpet, the standard finish really. So if you come on through to this room as well, we've got this archway here. Again, if this was like a really nice property in a luxury area and we were going to be doing it up to sell it, what we'd probably do is knock through this entire wall and make it a big open plan space. But because it's a rental property, it's not very cost effective. So what we're going to be doing is keeping this as it is, and as I say, just painting it white. Here you can see we've pulled out the fire surround, which in itself is actually in very good condition. So what we're going to be doing is just simply sanding it down, painting it white, and then fitting it back just here where it was before we ripped it out. This room again, it's actually quite a nice space. It's a big open room, very good condition. Again, it was just a case of needing to plaster these walls. So these two walls and the wall here, so the three walls there, we've just had to plaster the whole thing because the condition of the wall, the quality of the plaster just wasn't good. So that's what we've had to do. We're also going to be boxing in the gas meter that's just there in the corner of the room. But yeah, that's it really. Again, just cleaning up this floor once it's all done. The fire surround's going in. Skirting boards are all getting painted white. We're going to kind of gloss it or maybe use satin, something like that, just to paint it a nice bright white colour. And obviously this wall here, whilst the colour may be horrendous, the quality of the wall actually is in pretty good nick. So keeping it as it is, we're just going to paint it white, and then we'll be done with this room. But through here, right at the back of the house, you'll be able to see that we've got a kitchen, or at least we did have a kitchen. I tried to get in here to film ASAP, but not in time for you to see the kitchen before it was ripped out. So this empty space, this empty room, was a kitchen filled with cabinets all the way around it. So what we've done is ripped it out, as you can see, plastered the walls. We plastered that early on. That was the first thing that we plastered to make sure that it was done, dry, ready for when our painter comes in very, very shortly. Again, to paint the whole thing white. The flooring is also going to be getting replaced. So we're going to put in a nice kind of vinyl flooring on here. The kitchen cabinets, we haven't actually fully decided. I think we're going to go for like a grey cabinet with soft close hinges. Obviously, as a rental property, you want to make sure that you've got soft close hinges just to stop your tenants from smashing the cupboard shut and destroying the kitchen cupboards early on. So you want them to last as long as possible. So some soft close hinges are a simple, cost-effective way of making sure your kitchen lasts longer. So that's it for this room, for the kitchen. The only other part of the downstairs really is this tiny little, it's kind of a porch thing. I don't really see the point in it, but this obviously is the back door, heads out to the back garden, which is just kind of a simple terraced courtyard garden. It's absolutely fine, in fine condition. It just needed a bit of a cleaning up. But this room here, again, we're going to replace the flooring with whatever we put as flooring in the kitchen, paint the walls, and then we're going to be done. But if you follow me through, we're going to head on up back into the hallway and up the stairs, and I'm going to show you the 3 bedrooms and the bathroom. So this here, you can see actually the stairs, we're going to be obviously carpeting that. This banister is actually in decent condition. The wood that was used is actually decent. It just doesn't look very good now. So what we're going to be doing is sanding it down, painting it, and actually lifting it up because the level, the height isn't quite right. So that's it for this, this area here. It's just changing this handrail out and making it a little bit more secure. Now, if you look into this small bedroom here, again, whoever painted the house decided to paint everything very bright colours. So we've got a bright green wall here. This wall has had to be plastered, and also the ceiling has been plastered as well. There was quite a significant amount of damp, so we've used bonding and plastered over that to make sure that it's nice and airtight, really. Make sure that it's all sealed off. But other than that, this room is in decent condition. It's just going to be a case of peeling everything back, making sure everything's okay, sanding it down, painting it, and we've also pulled out all the skirting boards. They're going to get replaced as well. And as I say, the whole house, the skirt in the architrave is going to be kind of a satin white, and then the walls are just going to be your trade matte white colour. So as you come on through here, you can see this, what looks right now is an absolutely terrible bathroom. It was actually in better condition when we first got the house and we started the work on it, but as you can see, the bath's been fully ripped out. The bath was in such bad condition, it did not look good. So we've pulled out the bath, we're going to change the floor. This radiator here is all flaking away and just in absolutely diabolical condition. So we're going to replace this radiator here. The toilet and the sink are actually in decent condition. We're just going to change out the toilet seat. And then in terms of, well, this cupboard here, obviously we're going to fit a new door so that the cupboard's kind of got an actual door there. But then the tiles are actually in decent condition. I don't think they were even done too long ago, or if they were, they've been kept pretty well by the previous tenants. So this is just going to be like a deep clean. We're just going to clean those. It's not really very cost effective to change them out when they're actually not that bad as they are. So new baths going in, radiator, toilet seat, clean the whole thing, and then just paint the ceiling. That's it. That's all we're doing in this room. So if you jump on through into here, this is the 2nd bedroom. So it's a pretty good sized bedroom. It's a double room, really nice. Whoever had the house previously decided to try and do a bit of DIY plastering. So this wall and this wall here were in terrible condition, really not the greatest when it came to the kind of the finish and the quality. So what we've had to do is get a plaster in, plaster both of these walls, which has been done super quick and to a great condition. So I'm really happy with this. It's going to look really nice. The only other thing was, I think they must have either knocked through a hole in this wall or something like that, but they just filled it with Foamex. So we've pulled that out and had to patch that up properly so that it looks okay. So as I say, we're just gonna, this wall and this wall here are actually in good condition. We're just gonna sand them down and paint them. But yeah, very happy with it, very happy with the progression so far. We've only actually been in here for a week, so it's been a week since we've had the house started the renovation process. So we're actually making up for pretty good time. There's not too much more to do before we start on things like, well, obviously the painting is going to get done very soon. Then it's going to be fitting the kitchen and fitting the banister along with a bunch of other stuff. So as you can see here, this banister has actually been pulled out. I mean, it wasn't exactly pulled out. It was just that here it came out, and clearly again the tenants decided to put it back in with Foamex. The spindles were all coming out, were really loose and in just not good condition at all. So as I say, we've just had to replace it. As a rental property, you do not want a damaged or potentially dangerous banister or spindles or anything like that, because for security, especially if you're renting it out to a family, you do not want a botched up banister. So if you come on through into the final room, this is the master bedroom. As you can see, it is absolutely huge. You could actually probably fit 2 bedrooms in here. It's that big. Nice tall ceiling like the rest of the property. It's really nice. But what you can see is that this wall is fine. It's not in too bad condition. It's these 3 walls here that really don't look good. We weren't too sure on what it was going to be like because like the rest of the house, it was all just wallpapered over. We had loads and loads of cabinets and wardrobes and drawers and all sorts of stuff that we had to take out and chuck into the skip. But as we've peeled back the wallpaper, we found that the quality of whoever plastered it last just isn't that great. There's been a lot of kind of patchwork, and realistically, the tenants that were in here last, I think they were in here for like 13 years. So they've been in here for a long time. So even if the plaster was good, just over time, it's just starting to crumble away and just does not look good. So we're gonna get the plaster in for this last room. He's gonna plaster these 3 walls. Then once he's done, it's just paint, fit the carpet, and then fit new skirting boards just where it's required. So that's this house. That is pretty much everything that we're planning on doing to it. Obviously, this is what it's like before. What we're gonna do is in a few weeks' time, once it's all done, do another after video so that you can see the progression and how much kind of painting and a bit of plastering and fitting a new kitchen, how much of a difference that can actually make. Because realistically, this whole house has been done on a budget, and I think it's gonna come out looking really, really nice. Now, in terms of the announcement that I wanted to make to you guys, for a long time, as a lot of you know, I've been buying and selling houses myself or helping other people to invest in their first buy-to-let property or buy a flip property or whatever it might be. We've been working with clients to help them do that. Now, one of the things that I realised was a bit of a gap in the market, and realistically something that isn't done very well out there, is estate agency, actually selling houses. So there was a house that we had probably about a year and a half ago that we tried to sell. We did sell it in the end, but we had it on the market for 7 months. This is in the middle of this property boom that we've got going on, so you should be able to sell a house like that. But we had it on the market for 7 months and it did not sell. We then went to the agent, we said, look, we're taking it off you, we're gonna advertise it ourselves and sell it ourselves. Within 24 hours, we had the house completely sold at a price that we were really happy with. And it just made us realise, you know what, there's so many people out there that are trying to sell a house fast, or they're trying to get a really quality price for their property. And the agents out there aren't always the most competent. And so what we've done is we have set up our very own national online estate agency. So anybody out there, if you are thinking about selling a house in England or Wales, absolutely anywhere in England and Wales, we want to help you. And we've got an incredible service where we're offering and we're able to provide UK homeowners with the opportunity of a quick sale at a quality price. So if that's something you're interested in, if you're looking at even if you're just questioning whether you should sell a house or not, me and my team would love to help you, would love to talk to you about how we can maybe help you do that, or maybe whether it isn't the right decision. But whatever it is, we want to be able to help, and I want to be able to add this kind of value to you guys, my amazing audience. So that's it. We have set up an online estate agency. It's called HomeSpot. You can find a link to it in the description. If you know anybody who is thinking about selling a house or would like to sell a house or is just considering it at this stage, we're actually offering a £250 referral fee. So if you know anybody who's thinking about selling, refer them on to us, and if we're able to sell the house for them, we can give you £250. But thank you so much for checking out this video, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you've found it really helpful and insightful to see the beginning stages of this refurb. As I say, we can talk through the numbers, we can talk through the finished product once it's all done. If that's something you're interested in, make sure that you click the like button, make sure that you comment down below as well, and I'd love to have a chat with you in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.